more better.
Hang on just a sec. Take it.
With Brian Perkins and the 21, Darrell Strong presents Payne West Insurance, and the 9, Andrew Tate, Les Schwab Tires. So we are ready for the countdown and ready for some racing, and also ready to tell you thanks to our sponsors, including Farmers Exchange. Ready, set, no through July. Pay no sales tax on Echo handheld power equipment, string trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more. 95 years you've trusted Farmers Exchange in downtown Kennewick, and mowerhome.com. Also, Barry Long at Everstar Realty. Have a real estate question? Looking to build, sell, buy? Call the expert real estate broker. Over 12 years experience here in the Tri-Cities. Barry Long, Everstar Realty, 509-308-1141. Also, thanks to Rawlings Flooring America in Kennewick. Online, it's rawlingsflooringamerica.com. Rawlings, where friends send friends. American Transmission, where high standards are automatic. With these warm temperatures, heat will destroy your transmission. Make sure you have it checked before you head out on vacation. It could save you a ton of heartache and money. American Transmission, 628-1500. Also, thanks to Water to Wine Cruises. Beat the heat. Join Water to Wine Cruises for a lunch or dinner cruise aboard the Chrysalis. See you on deck. And our good friends at Jiffy Car Wash. We were giving away car washes during the first session of the HAPO Over the River Air Show. And it was well received by folks, because if you park here over the weekend, you're going to need to head to Jiffy on Monday. They keep it spiffy. Over 43 years now, locally owned, family operated, Kennewick Avenue, near Vista Way. It's Jiffy Car Wash. Also, thanks to Clover Island Inn. Kevin, you mentioned it. Sugar Ray performing on the island Sunday, August 12th. Information, log on to cloverislandinn.com or call 586-0541. I'll say their pool deck would just be fantastic if we could put that right here, Rob.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nice, spacious pool. Be nice to take a dip right now.
Exactly. Clover Island Inn is your destination resort in town. Kind of fun. Points recap from Perfection Miller Paint. We'll be tracking the points with Kevin Rounce, and there's a lot to follow, and we'll have a lot more to add up after Heat 2A and Heat 2B. Presented by SM El Pueblo Market. We'll have that action when we come back. It's the HAPO Columbia Cup and Over the River Air Show on News Radio 610 KONA and 610KONA.com.
Physicians' immediate care clinics know that waiting isn't fun, especially when you're not feeling well. If your wait time may exceed 40 minutes, you're given the option to be called about 15 minutes before you're due to be seen. As an established patient, you can also call ahead to check their wait time, so you can stay at home until it's time to see the doctor. Physicians' Immediate Care on Torbit in Richland. Go to picmic.com. That's PICMC.com.
Are you tired of burning cash every month on your electric bill? Hi, it's Chris, the solar guy with SolGen Power. You've probably seen us all over Facebook advertising a zero out-of-pocket solution for going solar, and have wondered to yourself, is it true? I'm here today to tell you that there has never been a better time to have solar installed on your home. Paired with the state and federal incentives, we have special financing programs that require zero out-of-pocket. To get your free design, simply visit us at ownyourpowersource.com. That's ownyourpowersource.com.
The world's fastest shirts for the world's fastest boats. Hydro fans get their gear from Atomic Screen Printing and Embroidery. Get official waterfallies, H1 Unlimiteds, and vintage hydro shirts and more from Atomic in Columbia Park near the pit entrance and on the Pasco side in the Vendor Village this weekend. For promotional products, graphic design, high volume rush orders, see the A-Team at Atomic Screen Print and Embroidery, 329 West Columbia Drive in Kennewick, or atomicink.net.
For the folks at Tire Factory, the most important part of your road trip is arriving at your destination and making it back home safely. Tire Factory has some added peace of mind with Michelin tires, roadside assistance, free flat repair from over 1,800 stores nationwide. Why Michelin? Because choosing tires that last longer saves you time and money. Come into Tire Factory today for a free vehicle safety check. Tire Factory on Dupertail, just off Queensgate in Richland, and 2 locations in Pasco. Trust what you love to Tire Factory. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 112, is actively looking for career-oriented licensed electricians to serve communities in Southeast Washington and Northeast Oregon. Better pay, family medical coverage with a small deductible, and a retirement that is second to none, with contractors currently hiring. IBEW, working to bring the power to you. Make the move for yourself, for your family, for the future. Visit IBEWLU112.com for additional details.
Find your inspiration at Costless Carpet, where you'll find beautiful backsplash mosaics and subway tiles, elegant quartz and granite countertops, scratch-resistant laminate flooring, solid and engineered hardwood, waterproof vinyl flooring, porcelain tile, and of course, durable stain-resistant carpet. All in stock and at the guaranteed lowest price. Let our team of designer specialists help you turn your ideas into reality. Costless Carpet is your home improvement headquarters for the greatest selection at the lowest price. Find your nearest Costless Carpet in Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, or Walla Walla.
Now, back to News Radio 610 KONA's coverage of the 2018 Columbia Cup, presented by Farmers Exchange in Kennewick.
Also thanks to Solgen Power. Have you gone solar yet? If not, why? State and federal incentives combined with easy financing make it possible to go solar today with zero out of pocket. Get a free quote. Check it out. OwnYourPowerSource.com. Also thanks to All Doors Incorporated. Service, repair, they do it all at All Doors Incorporated. Call 547-2158. Highlands, yes, Rum?
Just going to say 3 minutes.
Brad, I'm sorry.
3 minutes and 30 seconds right now to the start of our Heat 2A.
Heat 2A is coming up on News Radio 610 KONA and 610KONA.com. Your home for the Tri-Cities Morning News with Jenna Kokenauer and Glenn Boggett. Starts at 6 a.m. every weekday morning for local news and information. It's News Radio 610 KONA. All right, out on the course, we've got some color out in front of us, Rob.
Yes, we do. We've got the Graham Trucking. We've got the Oberto Beef Jerky. And also coming up on the back end, Dustin Eccles.
The bucket list.
The bucket list.
The 440 heading down the front stretch. So a three-boat race with the 12 Graham Trucking, J. Michael Kelly, the 1918 Oberto with Cal Phipps, and the 440 bucket list with Dustin Eccles. Countdown is on to Heat 2A from SM El Pueblo Market. Heading over to Tire Factory turn number 2, Kevin Rounce.
Yeah, they seem to be kind of just behaving themselves. They're used to them jockeying for position, and they kind of almost decided JMK was lane 1, and the Oberto was lane 2, and Cal Phipps. And then Eccles would be on the outside.
For now.
For now, right. We got 3 minutes to go, but they were kind of going deck to deck right by you there, and they came here deck to deck as well.
It almost looks like they're setting up for a dash for cash, doesn't it?
It really does.
Right, Brad? It looks kind of tame.
It does. Coming up on 2 minutes to the start, and right where Kelly is right now, 2 minutes right now, Mark. I mean, Kelly's in control of this thing right now. If nobody wants to run out in front of him real hard, or if nobody wants to slow down and make a left-hand turn in behind him. And we're coming up on 145, so I think we'll see all 3 boats come all the way down here to the lower end of the race course, and we may start this heat the way we left the pit area, and that's the way they are right now in the water, Michael.
Yeah, it was almost a perfect photo op. All the boats were lined up deck to deck to deck. Dustin Eccles is going to take a little bit of a lead heading down the front stretch. And right next to each other, Cal Phipps, J. Michael Kelly. You got the bright red 12 on the inside, the Graham Trucking, the Oberto. Fantastic coloring on that boat. Cal Phipps in that 1918 boat in lane number 2. Eccles way outside in the 440 bright orange boat. Bucket list racing.
Yeah, and he'll get over here to Tire Factory turn 2 first. Trying to get a little bit of boat speed. Now he's got his foot in it a little bit.
Mark, 1 minute.
1 minute to the start. Looks like they're in a really good spot of the course right now to time this out.
They are. They're in a perfect position right now. Dustin Eccles, he's in that smaller boat. He's going to go up there ahead of everybody. He'll stay way wide. He does not want to jump to an inside lane and mix it up with these guys. He'll keep it very wide. Coming up on 40 seconds, Michael. Bring him down.
Yeah, do you think that J. Michael Kelly and Cal Phipps are looking at each other? I mean, they're just right next to each other. It's incredible.
Making dinner plans.
Yeah, or pointing fingers. I'm going to get you. All right, top end of the course. Dustin Eccles is way on the outside. He's going to try to plan to have that boat speed when he comes in lane number 5 or 6.
20
He's
seconds.
backing off the throttle now at 20 seconds before the start of Heat 2A from SM El Pueblo Markets. So you've got J. Michael Kelly on the inside, Cal Phipps in lane number 2, and then way outside, Dustin Eccles. Bring us the countdown to the start-finish line.
3, 2, 1. Mark.
Ultra clean for all boats. Dustin Eccles going to have the lead, at least for now. Watch Cal Phipps. He's passing up J. Michael Kelly in lane number 2, coming down the front stretch.
A lot of air under the boat, especially under JMK in lane 1. And getting down here first, dead even as they get out here. But it's Kelly with the lane position, Kevin.
Absolutely. JMK going to get around the turn, factory turn 2 first, but Cal Phipps in the Umberto has the boat speed on the outside.
Woo! That was a huge turn and a big rough water and lumpy in turn number 2, Tire Factory turn number 2, as the boats made it through. Cal Phipps, though, with the lead heading up the back stretch. This is the question we posed. Can Cal Phipps in the Alberto win in lane number 2 if J. Michael Kelly's on the inside? And we're going to find out as Dustin Eccles has faded back now a couple of rooster tails in the 440 bucket list racing. Into Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. It is Cal Phipps in the lead at the exit pin of the top end turn. Coming down the front stretch, he's ahead by a half a rooster tail, trying to extend that lead. J. Michael Kelly's trying to fight back in the 12 Graham Trucking. Can he catch him? Don't know as they head down the front stretch to West Coast Auto Dealers turn number 1. It's a rooster tail lead now for Cal Phipps.
Yeah, Cal Phipps is opening up water on Kelly. He doesn't have enough of a lead to move to the inside lane, but he's got almost a full rooster tail on JMK, Kevin.
Absolutely, and Cal Phipps going to clean Tire Factory turn 2, and he gets to put on the gas right there going to the backstretch, and he's about a rooster tail and a half now on the 12.
J. Michael Kelly in the 12 Graham Trucking lost a lot of speed at the exit pin of our Tire Factory turn number 2 up the backstretch. It's nearly a 2 rooster tail lead for the Oberto 1918 with Cal Phipps. Top end of the course into U-Pull-It Auto Parts turn number 3, Cal Phipps. Fading back, J. Michael Kelly, and you've got to wonder about the Graham Trucking 12 right now. It's Cal Phipps that will come across the start-finish line, leading this race by 3, maybe 4 rooster tails at this point, and that boat looks fantastic and was pulling away early, and he's pulling away late, and now he can actually start to back off the throttle a little bit heading down the front stretch.
Yeah, he can clearly use any part of the race course he wants now, and I think maybe discretion's the better part of valor with JMK if he's not having a problem. But our leader's right in front of you, Kevin, looking beautiful at the exit pin.
Absolutely. I think he's sticking around in lane 2 or lane 3. I think he doesn't necessarily want to be on this buoy line as he flies up the backstretch to turn 3. JMK in behind him. I think he has eased up, and he's just going to go ahead and make sure this boat gets to the finish, get some points on the day, and see if he can get something lined up for the final tomorrow.
Yeah, so Cal Phipps now extending his lead to nearly a full straightaway on that back stretch. He's into U-Pull-It Auto Parts turn number 3, Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. A nice, easy ride around the Columbia River course to complete lap number 2. Dustin Eccles, or lap number 3. Dustin Eccles out there just at the exit pin of Tire Factory turn number 2 in 3rd place coming up the back stretch. He will not have the opportunity to claim 2nd place away from the 12 Graham Trucking with J. Michael Kelly. Mike is now in the top end of the course into Buffalo Brothers turn number 4, and the boat just doesn't, something's missing. And I know they lost an engine and they put another bullet in it, but something is definitely missing, and I don't know. I thought to hear a little compression stall.
Yeah, I agree with you, Michael. If he was going to let Cal go, that's one thing, but he's half a lap behind right now. Something is definitely askew in our defending champion.
But he needs the points.
He does need the points, and he'll take 300, and he'll be just fine. Once he realized he couldn't run with Calvin, and I think Calvin's got a real piece. He's at the top end of the race course. Bring him home, Michael McDonald.
Yeah, it's a checkered flag lap, and it is out now, and running all the way out towards the shoreline. Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. A great photo op for all the Buffalo Brother fans. Here he comes out of the front stretch, the 1918 Oberto with Cal Phipps taking our checkered flag after a 4-lap Heat 2A from SM El Pueblo Market. That is a huge win for this team. Top end of the course, J. Michael Kelly out of the U-Pull-It Auto Parts turn 3 into Buffalo Brothers turn number 4, and he's way out wide. And, you know, I think everybody knows the Buffalo Brothers are up there. Let's give them a little opportunity to see the boats up close. Across the start-finish line with a checkered flag. And it just doesn't sound right, Brad. That boat is not running the way they want it to.
No, something is, they're not happy. They are not going to be happy. But I'm going to say, you know, there's a lot of racing left to go here.
Yep. Dustin Eccles also swinging way out wide, top end of the course. And if you can see him waving, I bet he is to those fans up there in Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. Onto the front stretch, and he will take third place points. So the most important thing is all boats went out and all boats finished, and all boats are going to take some points into tomorrow, and it's all adding up to an opportunity to be in that final heat tomorrow afternoon for the HAPO Columbia Cup.
Yeah, it certainly is, and boy, did I learn something in that heat, because I just had to say something about my Ed Preston pick, right? And then he asked me if Phipps could drive around Kelly, and I said I didn't think so. He came out of that corner again. We used the line before, but like he was shot out of a cannon. That boat was really moving, and the boat ride was just perfect. He had a lot of air under it, but he was able to control it. I talked to him about that this morning before we left the hotel. He said the boat will lift up on me. I can just dial in a little bit of canard, and it will set right back down. He said it's really responsive. That's what I saw there that he was able to do with the front of that boat. Cal Phipps has got himself a piece that people are going to have to deal with here.
Well, and some of that may be a result of damage from the earlier collision and the changes they made to the front sponson.
And some of that may have to do with the fact that Mr. Vilwalk was helping them with some adjustments on their wings yesterday. And we just keep hearing his name pop up around this place.
Yep, and his record won't go away either.
No, it won't.
You know, it still stands. They were taking shots at him there in the qualifying yesterday, but the record still stands from 2010.
Yeah, they threw money at it in Madison, Indiana, and it still stands there, too. So our boats are returning here. We'll see.
You know, there's a couple things. Obviously, Cal Phipps, great boat ride. Fantastic run out there. But the bigger question has to be, what is up with the 12-gram trucking? Because I don't think that the driving and the second-place finish have anything to do with the driver. It has to do with equipment.
Yep. I don't think there's much question there. You know, you can see somebody get beat and let someone go, but not that far.
So we still have one more heat to go, and that is scheduled for a 4:40 start, SML Pueblo Market H1 Unlimited Hydroplane Heat 2B. Give you the lineup here. It's the Home Street Bank, the 1 with Jimmy Shane. Tom Thompson in the 11. Reliable Diamond Tool presents J&D Hydraulics and Repair. The 21 with Brian Perkins, Darrell Strong presents Payne West Insurance. And the 9, Andrew Tate and the Les Schwab Tires. Let's go down to the Neil F. Lamson pits and check in with our pit reporters from A1 Refrigeration and Heating, Glenn Vaughan and Brad Luce, and hopefully some of the drivers back to the dock and a chance to get their reaction.
We got some of the boats back here. The one boat we don't have back is the Alberto. We do have J. Michael Kelly has come back. He stepped out. I'll see if I can just get a quick comment from Mike. Obviously, that didn't go the way you wanted. We're all asking the question. It just doesn't seem right, like there's something wrong.
No, I mean, there's not that there's anything wrong. Obviously, we got a different engine in it, and we're going to have to tune it. But on the plus side, we got points that time. We finished, and, you know, we all knew we were going to have our homework cut out for us. And we'll get it tuned up, and, you know, it's not over yet. Just keep on doing what we're doing.
Calvin's a player.
Oh, yeah, he is rolling pretty good. You know, so I'd like to say we were going really fast and Cal was just really a lot faster, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously the Alberto boat and Cal, they're always been pretty fast, and these Graham Trucking guys will give me a pretty good boat. I'm not worried yet, so we'll just keep going. I'll just keep doing what I do, and the guys will keep on doing what they're doing, and we'll be good to go.
And a lot of improvement over that first heat. You'll take the 300 points.
Oh, lots of improvement. I mean, finishing and getting a checkered flag is huge.
And the boat's all in one piece. That makes it a lot nicer on everybody's Saturday night.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks, Mike. All right, J. Michael Kelly. They got some work to do to dial in a motor.
Hey, just a reminder, after we are done here with Heat 2B from SML Pueblo Market, we'll be heading back to the News Radio 610 KONA Legend Studio for the Hydro Wrap-Up Show, brought to you by IBEW Local 112, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. And they are looking for career-oriented licensed electricians to serve in communities in Southeast Washington and Northeast Oregon. Find out more at IBEWLU112.com for more details. All right, let's go back over to Tire Factory turn number 2 and the Freedom Rentals lift with the Echo Bearcat ultra quiet generator. It's Kevin Rounds.
Yeah, boy, you can't give enough compliments to Cal Phipps as we wait to have Brad or Glenn to talk to him. But the thing about it was, not only did he beat J. Michael Kelly by about a half a lap, he was flying around the course. He's going to be a name that we're going to want to watch tomorrow. And I think when it comes to the 12 and JMK, I think they do. They have a whole night tonight. They got 2 more heat races tomorrow that they need to make sure they finish and finish as good as possible, and that can get them into that final. And they have about 24 hours now between working on the car and racing it and testing it to try to get that thing tuned up. So we'll be interested to see. Don't count the 12 out just yet.
No,
and
they got the 300 points. So they got points that they needed.
Yeah, and combine that with the 70 from qualifying, that gets them 370 at this point. We'll see where that puts them after Heat 2B here in about 10 minutes or so.
And that's our points expert, Kevin Rounce, and we track the points thanks to Perfection Miller Paint.
Well, I'll tell you guys that I am on my way back up to the pit tower. Glenn Vaughan is down on the dock awaiting Cal Phipps. He'll jump in as soon as he gets his hands on him, and I can tell you, as I started my walk, I had the countdown in my ear for 5 to the 5. So we are inside 5 minutes to the 5-minute mark for our Heat 2B. And this is the one we've kind of all been waiting for and pointing toward here this weekend. It's our first showdown. Jimmy Shane and the young man out of Walleye, Michigan, Walleye Lake, Michigan, Andrew Tate.
So if you're Tom Thompson, what do?
I think you run them, if you've got clean water at the start, whatever lane you're in, probably step it on the outside, run with them, run as hard as you can to the first turn with them, because you know they're going to give it everything they've got. Run yourself down hard with them, see where you're at once you get down here, and don't do anything silly. 225 points is really, really solid and very valuable right now. But I'd run it down hard to the first corner, then see where you are, and if you don't want to get in the middle of it, let them go.
And what about Brian Perkins in the 21? Because earlier we saw him knife his way into lane number 1.
Yeah, Perkins is kind of a wild card in this. I'm kind of anxious to see him run against the 11 and see how that looks. But I'm out of breath, Michael. I'm going to let you take it, and I'm going to go up and get a watch set because I'm staring at zeros.
All right, and we have time before we have boats out on the water to step aside. Our coverage brought to you by Farmers Exchange. 95 years at 215 West Canal Drive in downtown Kennewick, and you get all the extras, no extra charge, like free pickup and delivery, great service and repair, and they're your power equipment experts. Lawn and garden, they've got it all. Farmers Exchange. Online, it's mowerhome.com. All right, Heat 2B is coming up from SM El Pueblo Market next on News Radio 610 KONA and 610KONA.com.
Choose from over 750 vehicles, both foreign and domestic, at each You Pull It Auto Parts location in Pasco and Yakima. The yards are clean and organized, arranged by manufacturer and model type. Bring your own tools, pull your own parts, and save big money. All parts are pre-priced with a 30-day warranty. The mission at You Pull It Auto Parts is to provide great customer service with the highest quality used auto parts at the lowest possible price. You Pull It Auto Parts, 14 East Washington Avenue in Yakima and 802 South Oregon Avenue in Pasco. Online at go-to-youpullit.com.
Physicians' immediate care clinics know that waiting isn't fun, especially when you're not feeling well. If your wait time may exceed 40 minutes, you're given the option to be called about 15 minutes before you're due to be seen. As an established patient, you can also call ahead to check their wait time, so you can stay at home until it's time to see the doctor. Physicians' immediate care on Torbit in Richland. Go to picmic.com. That's PICMC.com.
Are you tired of burning cash every month on your electric bill? Hi, it's Chris, the solar guy with Solgen Power. You've probably seen us all over Facebook advertising a zero out-of-pocket solution for going solar, and have wondered to yourself, is it true? I'm here today to tell you that there has never been a better time to have solar installed on your home. Paired with the state and federal incentives, we have special financing programs that require zero out-of-pocket. To get your free design, simply visit us at ownyourpowersource.com. That's ownyourpowersource.com.
ESCO of the Tri-Cities is your local electrical specialist. They are experienced, affordable, licensed, and insured. They have been proudly serving the Tri-Cities region since 1972. ESCO Electric is a full-service residential and commercial electrical contracting company. No job is too small or too big. Jerry Boulay, owner and operator, is a master electrician and is on every job to ensure that you receive the best service and customer care. Call them today, 509-547-5504. ESCO Electric.
For the folks at Tire Factory, the most important part of your road trip is arriving at your destination and making it back home safely. Tire Factory has some added peace of mind with Michelin tires, roadside assistance, free flat repair from over 1,800 stores nationwide. Why Michelin? Because choosing tires that last longer saves you time and money. Come into Tire Factory today for a free vehicle safety check. Tire Factory on Dupertail just off Queensgate in Richland and 2 locations in Pasco. Trust what you love to Tire Factory.
Now, back to News Radio 610 KONA's coverage of the 2018 Columbia Cup, presented by Farmers Exchange in Kennewick.
Back to the Bretzman's Memorial Barge at the Griggs Ace Hardware start-finish line. Michael McDonald along with Rob Francis. Matty Banner from Mix 105.3. Pit reporters down in the Lamson pits. Thanks to A1 Refrigeration and Heating. Brad Luce, Glenn Bogan. Tire Factory Turn 2, Kevin Rounce. Boats are on the water, and leading up the backstretch now is the 1 Home Street Bank with Jimmy Shane. On the backstretch, just across from us on the Pasco side, is the 9 Andrew Tate Les Schwab tires.
Mike, let me jump in here real quick. We got an issue down here with the 11. The Reliable Diamond Tool presents Miss J&D's. Tom Thompson was having he came away fine, but then the fire went out. He's been trying to light the candle, and it's like he's sitting at ground idle. He can't get it up on a step. He has turned it around and is headed back to the pit area right now. He's got to be up and running in a planing attitude at the 1 minute mark. We are 3:25 to the start. I'll watch him down here.
He's got less than 2.5 minutes to get it going.
And Mike, let me give you one real quick stat, and then I'll let you guys take it, and I'll watch Tom Thompson. This is the 27th time that Jimmy Shane and Andrew Tate have squared off against each other. Shane has won 14. Tate has won a dozen. This is a real rivalry.
This should be a good one. And then you've got Brian Perkins. Throw him in the mix. All right, watch our milling period. Let's see if anybody goes across the Esco Electric infield. It looks like Tate has come around and maybe claimed lane number 1 over by Tire Factory turn number 2, Kevin.
Oh, he's trying to. Shane was slowed up coming into turn 1, trying to keep that lane 1. Tate jumped out in front of him, crossed over, and now he's in lane 1. In fact, I think they're both in lane 1. Shane just running in his wake there with Perkins out to the right. I think he's going to go ahead and hang out at lane 3 and let these two figure out who's 1 and who's 2.
Well, for now, both are.
Both are 1.
The question is about timing, though, and will Jimmy Shane cut across the course? Will anybody come through the Esco Electric DMZ? It looks like Perkins is going to be satisfied to be outside in lane number 3. That's the way it looks right now. And Tate gets into U-Pullet Auto Parts turn number 3. And it looks like he's going to hold on to lane number 1 in Buffalo Brothers.
2 minutes.
Turn number 4, and that's going to put Shane in lane number 2, although he comes off the exit pin in lane number 1.
And Thompson's out of it. He's out of the boat.
All right. So Tom Thompson did not start in the U11 Reliable Diamond Tool presents J&D Hydraulics and Repair, so it's a 3-boat shootout. Now here's the question, Brad. You've got 2 boats, Tate in the 9, well ahead of Jimmy Shane in the 1, Home Street, but they're both in lane number 1, at least for now.
Yeah, Shane's actually running just a hair outside of him. And the question might be, could Shane cut the course? I don't think he can cut the course from here. The timing is just not right. We're at 1:20. So now he's moved out, Shane has, and he is going to be between these 2 boats. I think this is the way they're going to come. Kevin, keep an eye on him, but it is Tate in 1, Shane in 2, Perkins on the outside 3.
Yeah, Shane looks like he's gone ahead and conceded lane 1 to the U9 and Andrew Tate as he's moved out to lane 2 here at Tire Factory turn 2.
Now watch Jimmy Shane. He's lurking well back in the 1 Home Street Bank to have boat speed and maybe not have to be stuck in the tunnel between the rooster tails of the 21 and the 9 when we get to the front stretch here at the start of Heat 2B.
45
El
seconds.
Pueblo Market. SM El Pueblo Market action. News Radio 610 KONA, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, 610KONA.com, all along the shoreline here in Kennewick and in Pasco on the public address system.
30.
Swimmers need to be out of the water. Patrol boats are doing their job. Thank you for all you do. Volunteers, fantastic work. All right, the countdown is on.
20.
Lane number 1, Tate in the 9. Lane number 2, Shane in the 1. Lane number 3, Perkins in the 21. At the exit
10.
pin of turn number 4, Buffalo Brothers onto the front stretch to the Griggs Ace Hardware start-finish line.
3, 2,
It's a clean start. A lot of air under the home street. Jimmy Shane's going to have the lead. He had to back off a little bit because he started to fly too high. Tate is right with him coming down the front stretch.
Jimmy Shane's going to get down here first, but it is Andrew Tate with the lane position on the inside. Perkins is going to be behind in third. Coming to you, Kevin!
And the U1 bounces on the water, and Tate bouncing up high as well. The two of them deck to deck out of Tire Factory turn 2. The crowd cheers as they go down the backstretch.
That was an unbelievable turn. Perkins has fallen back a rooster tail from Andrew Tate. Tate is a half a rooster tail back of Jimmy Shane now, but he's on the inside lane. It is a 4-lap heat. Top end of the course. Boy, a lot of air underneath Andrew Tate. He's running it really loose on the river right now, trying to catch up as he dives into turn number 3. You pull it Auto Ports, Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. It's going to be Shane leading by a half a rooster tail. That was a perfectly executed turn by Jimmy Shane in the home street bank. And he's trapping air underneath that boat, coming down the front stretch. Tate's trying to catch up, but I don't think he can reel him in.
I'll tell you what, that is what an unlimited hydroplane is supposed to look like. Tons of air underneath the boat, but solid as a rock as Jimmy gets here. But Tate is hanging right with him. Kevin.
Yeah, Jimmy Shane's going to get out of the exit of turn 2 right now. Tate, about a half a tail, rooster tail, maybe a rooster tail behind. He is bouncing off the water, trying to fly the boat and catch up Shane as they go down the backstretch to turn 3.
Yeah, it's going to have to be in the corners, and I don't know if it's going to happen. Jimmy Shane has had some pretty smooth water in lane number 2 in the home street bank, and it hasn't been a problem as they head to the top end of the course into turn number 3. And let's see if Andrew Tate can cut into the lead a little bit with the rooster tail. You can see it's still a half a rooster tail back of Jimmy Shane. Andrew Tate just cannot eat away at the lead at all. Coming across the start-finish line, now nearly a rooster tail lead for Jimmy Shane in the home street bank coming down the front stretch. Tate is making a charge. He's running it loose, but I don't think he's going to reel him in.
2 up and 2 down. We got 2 to go. Shane down here again. About the same lead. You've got a better view, Kevin, with Tate on the inside.
Yeah, Tate gets within that rooster tail around the turn, but Shane able to hit the gas. And he is not really that slow through these turns. He doesn't have the preferred lane, but he is flying around the backstretch up towards turn 3.
It might be a preferred lane because there might be smoother water out in that lane position a little bit farther out. It's a rooster tail lead and a little bit more now for Jimmy Shane as we get ready to complete lap number 3. SM Pueblo Markets, Heat 2B. Jimmy Shane on the outside. Tate is making a run at him in turn number 3. Whoa, he got a little bit loose heading into turn number 4 in our 4-corner super speedway. Had to back it down a little bit. So Shane with a rooster tail lead coming across the start-finish line. Lap 3 is in the books. 1 to go for Jimmy Shane for a victory in Heat 2B.
1 lap to go here. Jimmy Shane proving that 163.4 was no fluke. He is on the outside, and he's got a big lead now. Tate says, let him go. Take our leader around, Kevin.
Yeah, that's right. He's got a rooster tail and a half now, and he is so fast down here at the bottom end of the course. And it looks like Tate maybe was like, all right. And see where you're at. Okay, now I know what I need to know for tomorrow as Shane flies up the backstretch.
Jimmy Shane in the 1 home street bank. Up to the top end of the course now with a 2 rooster tail lead. At the bottom end of the course is Brian Perkins. He's run a nice smooth race, and he'll finish up with 3rd place points as he exits Tire Factory turn number 2. Back to Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. Rattlesnake Mountains in the background. A little hazy out there this afternoon. And it's Jimmy Shane in the 1 home street bank down the front stretch. The checkered flag is out, and he will take it in Heat 2B. Brought to you by SM El Pueblo Market. 2nd place, Andrew Tate in the 9. Les Schwab Tire across the start-finish line. Still heading into turn number 3, and now turn number 4. It is Brian Perkins in the 21. Darrell Strong presents Payne West Insurance onto the front stretch, and he will gather 3rd place points. And it's all about the points heading into tomorrow to see who's going to end up in the championship heat. The finale tomorrow afternoon for the HAPO Columbia Cup. Congratulations to Jimmy 1 and the H1 Home Street Bank, the U1 Home Street Bank, victorious in Heat 2B. Good solid run in lane number 2. And that answers that question.
Yeah. But it creates another one.
And that would be?
The U9 crew huddles up in the shade and says, all right, now what? what else have we got we can throw at him? Because clearly what we threw that time wasn't enough.
Well, it's got to be Lane. Well, it was Lane. Never mind, that won't work.
Yeah. And that's just how this whole thing works, because, you know, you watch the film from Guntersville, and Shane's unable to close in and take Andrew when Shane's on the inside. And here you get the tables turned the other way, and Shane's got the right setup right now. That thing is just smoking. You called it, Mike. You said he's got a lot of air under that boat, yet the boat was stable as it came down the front straightaway. We were looking straight underneath it. You could see all the air there, but it wasn't picking up in his face. It was getting a good, solid boat ride, and you give something like that to Jimmy Shane, he's going to bring it home first.
So the only element that you could change, Brad, would be, you know, additional traffic on the river that could cause complications out on the course, rougher water perhaps for Jimmy Shane in the home street. I mean, there's got to be another variable that you could throw in there for Andrew Tate to be successful and Jimmy Shane to have a setback.
Oh, there absolutely is other variables, and we go back to last year's final heat. The U12 guys, the Graham Trucking, they saved a special propeller for the final, and it's all what the variables are is the combinations, the combination of propeller, gearbox, motor, skid fin. And you were making the call, Kevin, coming out of the corner on your side of the course, that Jimmy was just coming out of that corner like a rocket. Well, maybe then the 9 takes a look at that video and says, all right, he's beating us the way he's getting out of the corner. He's got better acceleration than we do, so maybe we need a different gear combination. Maybe not so much top end speed, but we need something that'll get us off the corner quicker. So there's lots of things they can do. And you never know what combination they got buried up in the front of the truck that's got final heat written all over it.
Yeah, but the other thing, Brad, is if you have the situation where there's additional traffic, and you have different water conditions, yep, maybe Jimmy Shane doesn't have that clear run through the bottom end of the course, and maybe Andrew Tate holds on to the lead.
Yep, absolutely. So tomorrow's a new day, and as we always say, the big trophy doesn't come out this afternoon, but they're fighting for that national high points that they want so very bad. They just lost 100 points right there.
Yeah, you can't win the HAPO Columbia Cup today, but you can put yourself in position to lose it.
You absolutely can, and we've seen that with a couple of boats, and the one that comes to mind first and foremost is the U3.
Let's check in with Kevin Rounce before we lower the Freedom Rentals lift.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at our point total, our Perfection Miller Paints point total, where we stand after Saturday, heading into Sunday. This is my unofficial count. Of course, as expected, Jimmy Shane tops the board. 2 heat wins, 1 qualifying win. 900 points after our Saturday. Andrew Tate, he's in there next. He has 780 points. The U1918, the Oberto with Cal Phipps at 685 in 4th place. Right now is the Darrell Strong Payne West Insurance, 565 points. In 5th, the U440 Bucket List Racing at 424 points. And then the U12 Graham Trucking at 370. The U11 Reliable Diamond Tools.
Guys, let me jump in here real quick on the point totals there. I got the 900-point man here standing next to me. So far, so good. You can't do any better than that. You've won your 2 heats today. You were the top qualifier, but it's still only Saturday.
That's it. It's Saturday. They run the Gold Cup format here in Tri-Cities, so we have 5 heats of racing. So us being behind in 2nd place in points, that's exactly what we wanted coming into this weekend. It gives us more opportunity to draw the 9 in a heat and beat them, which is what we did in that last heat. So Miss Home Street performed very well, and looking forward to the Sunday, hectic Sunday racing here in Water Follies.
Yeah, and as far as the points go toward national high points, to your point, no pun intended, you're 120 points to the good so far.
Yes, I mean, we definitely track points. We're definitely a points racing team. Our goal is the national championship. So anything that we can do to make up that deficit, the hole that we put ourselves in from Guntersville, we're going to keep creeping up on it. And that was a good stepping stone today. The top qualifier yesterday, and then the heat today against Andrew. It's a good start.
And those of us that were watching and calling it on the radio, you seemed content with lane 2. All right, if you're going to be in there, Andrew, I'm going to run you in lane 2 and see what you got, and that makes it a little bit more impressive from where I was standing.
Yeah, we were on our timing marks, and I thought Andrew was a little bit early, and that could have been the little bit at the start there. I had more of a run than Andrew did at the start, so that's probably why I was able to beat him to the first turn, and And at that point, you can start to control the course when you get ahead of somebody. So I left him room. I wanted to make sure he got through there because the first turn here in Tri-Cities is treacherous, as everybody knows. So I really wanted to race him clean, but race him hard that I would expect him to race me with as well.
And we watched the film from Guntersville. He left you a lot of room. You did the same thing. From where I was standing, there was plenty of room. Last question, but what do you do now tonight? This thing is running like a rocket. Do you put it away and don't touch it? Or do you try and make it better? I got a hunch I know what the answer is.
Yeah, you know what the answer is already, but we're going to download the data, take a look at it. I say that every time, but we really do get really good feedback from the data that our boats produce. And we're going to look at if we need to change up combinations. Also, weather's going to have a lot to do with it. It's going to be warmer tomorrow. So a couple degrees makes a big difference in a turbine engine. So we'll look at all of that, and Cindy will put a good package in there for tomorrow.
A couple degrees makes a lot of difference to me and you, so I'm sure it does to a turbine. Thanks, my friend. It was a good day. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thanks for all the fans for hanging around and sticking with the hot weather out here. And now, as soon as the course closes, jump in the Columbia and cool off. And just thank everybody for a great day of racing.
Thank you for putting it on, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Have you noticed that he makes a pretty good ambassador of the sport of H1 Unlimited racing?
Yeah, he's got it down, doesn't he?
He's got it
on the water
out.
and on the shore.
I did not see Andrew Tate. I think he came up the ramp pretty quick. I'm going to see if I can catch him right here. His boat's still dockside. They have yet to pull that one out of the water.
All right. Hey, I want to give a special thanks. Our onshore transportation is thanks to Canyon Lakes Golf Course. Why play the rest when you can play the best? And one of the key personnel members up there, we've got Garrett, Nick, Jordan, and Mike. Everybody up there, we really appreciate it. News Radio 610 KONA has a business league, and we have for years up there, and we have a great time. And they provided our onshore transportation here on the Kennewick side. CanyonLakesGolfCourse.com is the website. Why would you play the rest when you can play the best? So Jordan is here in the park, and Jordan wanted us to wish Brooklyn Keogh a very happy birthday. And what a way to celebrate down here at Columbia Park with all of the action out on the river. Happy birthday, Brooklyn. Hope you have a great evening. All right, let's go back to Kevin as we head back to our Perfection Miller Paints scoreboard and point recap.
All right, I'm not sure where I left off, so I'll just try to be quick with the whole thing here. And that is the 1 leads the way, 900 points. The 9 in second was 780 points. In third place, the Oberto, the 1918 was 685. In fourth, the U21, 565 points. In fifth, the 440 Bucket List Racing at 424. And then the last spot that would be in the heat, not the trail boats, but the last spot at the final would be the 12 Graham Trucking if it were tomorrow, 370. The U11, the Reliable Diamond Tool, 350. The 99.9 Carstar Power Smith Rock got 0 points. And then the U3 was actually penalized for that incident in heat, the first heat that it was involved in. So he actually was he's already in the negative. So he's got to make up 150 points to get back to level ground.
Trying to climb out of the hole and also find an engine that will work out there because they had that problem with the piston. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up for us today. And again, thanks to Perfection Miller Paint, our points recap. And right now they feature a Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines paint collection. It's only available there at Miller Paint. Perfection Miller Paint is located on Victoria, just off of Steptoe near Gage in Kennewick. Also, thanks to Farmers Exchange, our title sponsor. We'll be back at it tomorrow beginning at 8 a.m. We look forward to rooster tails and rainbows out on the Columbia River to get your day started. And we'll wrap it up in the afternoon with full, complete coverage of the HAPO Columbia Cup with the final heat set for 4:20 tomorrow afternoon. Farmers Exchange, ready, set, mow savings now on Toro and Husqvarna riding and walk-behind mowers, plus 10% off accessories through July. For 95 years, you've trusted Farmers Exchange in downtown Kennewick and mowerhome.com. For Lee Michael back at the News Radio 610 KONA studios. Also, Brad Luce and Glenn Vaughan, our A1 refrigeration and heating pit reporters. Over in Tire Factory turn number 2, Kevin Rounce. Patty Banner from Mix 105.3 here on the Brutsman's Barge, along with Rob Francis. We have our Hydro wrap-up show coming up next, thanks to IBEW Local 112. I'm Michael McDonald. Good night from the Columbia River.